Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
It's actually just gentlemen for this segment.
Stand by for awesome.
Yeah.
Is this.
This segment is dedicated to all the dudes watching because we know it's just you.
No, there's chicks out there.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't call them that.
Okay. By the way, shout out to Mark, who is a viewer who said, guys, you gotta do a Comics Corner segment. And guess what? Now we're doing one every week. If you would like to suggest something, comment in the comment section below or send us an email. standbyforawesomeshow@gmail.com. It just might become a weekly segment. No, we're not doing the Nude Sunday segment, Jenny.
Jenny's made up. Okay, so Dex,
Teo,
what do you know about X-Men? Throw it out there.
here's what I know.
Camera
Wolverine.
Well done.
1. Camera 3.
He has anti-antimonium claws.
So close.
Exactly.
Adamantium.
Anti-amium.
Okay. I know he can live forever.
No,
very
that's
old.
also not corroborated.
Well, it's.
I mean, he's got an
Hey,
excellent
it's
healing
heavily
factor, but it doesn't
insinuated.
mean that he's like...
Probably right.
Here's what when I think of the X-Men, I think of a special forces unit.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
X-Force.
It's-
That's completely
it's
different.
a group of people or kids that have special abilities.
Okay,
That
yeah.
can do, superhuman abilities. And they all live in this school with a bald guy as their leader. And he lives in a wheelchair.
Perfect. Okay, he does live in that wheelchair. So X-Men, totally, it's a story about some kids that get powers around the time of puberty. They're mutants, and they actually have superpowers.
That's right. Now, here's the problem, guys. If you grew up in the 80s and 90s like we did, there was an excellent cartoon called X-Men, the Animated Series.
Yeah.
It was pretty much the dopest cartoon of all time.
It was pretty great. A lot of people still are like, that's the definitive X-Men.
Yeah, it got a lot of people into comic books. There were a lot of people that just started rocking comic books because of that. Marvel, back in the day, they weren't the powerhouse that everybody knows now.
No.
At one point, they were actually in danger of going bankrupt.
I think they did file bankruptcy.
Yeah, and so in order to get themselves out of it, they were like, we got to sell some characters, bro.
We gotta get rid of some
Let's
properties.
start with Spider-Man because he is the #1 character. We're gonna sell him for a buttload of money. That means tons.
Yeah, so they actually sold Spider-Man to Sony.
Yeah, they sold Spider-Man. Along with that, they decided, guys, we got to get rid of some more. You know who else we're gonna do? Boom!
Second most
the
popular
X-Men.
property.
So they got rid of their most popular and their second most popular properties, which are Spider-Man and then the X-Men. Well, the X-Men, now owned by 20th Century Fox, as evidenced by the terrible movies that they're making.
They're not that bad. They're not horrible.
You haven't even seen
The first
latest one, have you?
X-Men movie actually came out in 2000, around this time,
That's right. 16 years ago. Now we're feeling very, very old.
And really, X-Men kickstarted this superhero movie. Now, you could argue that it was Blade. You totally could.
Yeah, you could.
But really, X-Men was the one that kicked this thing off, and
I
then
agree.
Spider-Man took it into the
So
stratosphere.
Blade was a comic book as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Blade
was a
another
Marvel comic
property.
book. A lot of them got going. Now, of course, thank you to our good friend and fan of the show, Robert Downey Jr. With Iron Man 1.
Love you, Robbie.
You really made the cinematic universe pop. And
Just
since then,
love ya.
it's been just all like cherries and
Just gangbusters.
other things that people love.
Yeah.
I ran out of ideas.
It's cool. X-Men in the movies, we all get it. It's pretty popular. X-Men Apocalypse came out this year. Did you see it?
No.
Did you see it?
No.
And that's kind of the problem with X-Men Apocalypse. I saw it.
1 out of 3.
Yeah, and that was kind of, First Class was great. Days of Future Past was great. And then you throw back to the old movies. X2 is still one of the best comic book movies ever made, in our opinion.
The effects are kind of
But things have been going a little differently in the comic books. Marvel still owns the X-Men properties in the comics.
Yeah, but not in the cinematic universe. And here's where it goes awry.
Yeah.
Marvel Comics actually just recently put out their solicitations for the month of October.
Soliciting.
Now, guys, we know that all of you nerds out there can't wait to get your hands on the next big properties in Marvel. Well, Marvel doesn't own the cinematic rights to the X-Men,
Right.
which is where this problem comes in. I grew up a huge X-Men fan.
still is.
Spider-Man, X-Men, those were my jams. In fact, Spider-Man, Wolverine team up, nerd gasms. All right. Now fast forward to adulthood.
Crude humor.
And yeah, thank you. Thank you.
PG-13. You fast forward to now in the comics, and there's a big weirdness
Yeah.
with the X-Men
Yeah.
because of the movie universe. Marvel can't use the characters, and
They can't.
with the Avengers or now with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But in the comics, they're still there.
They're
totally
still
have,
alive.
They
They're
have control.
kicking. They're fantastic. In fact, if you look back at this, Lauren, look at this. Look at this right here. It's beautiful. You see this guy right here? That's Kid Cyclops. They went back in time and they brought the little kid X-Men. Amazing.
Well, it's actually Cyclops.
Yeah, it's just Cyclops from the past.
We're not going to go into all of that. What
No.
we are going to go into is the fact that in this previews magazine, which shows all of Marvel's solicitations for the coming fall.
That means all of the books that are coming out in October.
We and I think we actually have a graphic of it. Let me find the specific page here.
That's in the very beginning.
It's in the-
actually,
it's at the beginning of the
you're going the wrong way.
And then we'll,
Literally the very
it's
beginning
this one,
page.
and then we'll show you the picture right now.
Okay. This photo shows you everything that Marvel is putting out in the month of October. Now, if you're a nerdy X-Men fan like myself and actually collect all of the X-Men comics, you'll notice something is missing. All of the X-Men comics.
Yeah, dude.
They're not putting out any more X-Men
Check
comics.
it out. In fact, there's only one X-Men comic on this thing, and it's called Death of X.
There's a giant
Xavier.
rumor. There's a speculation.
X-Men.
Professor X has been dead for a long time in the comics, actually.
Yeah,
The
weird.
speculation is this. Marvel, who literally owns everything, because they're owned by the person who actually owns everything, Disney, decided, you know what? If we can't have the X-Men film rights, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do one better. We're just going to kill off all the X-Men characters in the comic books. No more X-Men.
Death of X.
Yeah.
This is our 2-page preview.
This
now,
is what
if
we're
you'll-
looking at.
There is one very important thing to notice.
yes,
Does
please.
everybody remember a little movie that came out earlier this year named Deadpool?
Yes.
Oh.
If you'll notice this, there are about 7 Deadpool comics this fall.
Yep. Yeah.
Tons of them.
Yeah, which, by the way, a member of the X-Men. Well, technically,
I was gonna say,
X-Force,
doesn't he
was,
team
you
up
know.
with the X-Men eventually?
Technically, Deadpool is an X-Men.
And here's what's crazy is you'll see Cyclops in a new Avengers comic. You also have Cable, my favorite superhero character of all time. He's in a comic book called Uncanny Avengers, not X-Men. And there are a few others that make their way into the pages of other Marvel comics, but literally none of them are X-Men comics. Could it be that they're making them Avengers so as to eventually steal the rights back to their own characters?
We don't
Speculation abounds.
No, but yeah, this is total speculation. It's
Yeah.
just us dishing. you
Isn't
know.
that the point of all YouTube stuff? We can't corroborate
Yeah.
it with any like actual information.
We're
The
just
purpose
speculating.
is to make stuff up on the internet, and you're gonna believe it and share it on Facebook.
In fact, our buddy Joe from Astro Zombies, shout out to Joe.
Yeah, shout
And
out
to
Joe.
Astro Zombies for providing us with these comics.
3100 Central Avenue Southeast, right here in Albuquerque.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Joe says not so fast.
Okay.
He thinks we're going to have some more titles get announced and that those titles will, in fact, be the X-Men titles.
There could also be the speculation that Fox and Marvel are finally talking because earlier this year, Marvel talked to another company called Sony and said, hey, we got this guy, his name's Spider-Man, we want to make a movie. We've had Tobey Maguire, and then we had Andrew Garfield. So they finally agreed on something, and next thing you know, there's a Spider-Man in a little movie called Captain America Civil War. They actually collaborated for that. The hope and all nerds are really, really, really crossing their fingers and their arms and all of their limbs that maybe X-Men and Marvel are finally going to get along, and maybe we'll see a Wolverine and an Avengers movie.
You never know. Again, this is all speculation.
That's why we just need all coexist. Am I right? Coexist.
Fascinating.
See, there's the Captain America shield, and then there's the Batman logo.
But
That's
this,
actually
this magazine
Ghostbusters.
actually is free.
Yeah.
And it's available at a comic book store near you. You can see all the new titles coming out from Marvel this week.
There you go. That is our Comics Corner. And again, this is all possible because of a suggestion by you. So send us your suggestions. Stand by for awesome show at gmail.com or comment in the comment section below.